Are humans herbivores? No, is the short answer. And there's loads and loads of reasons why. So obviously, wherever in nature you find soil, you get herbivores. So animals that eat plants, because plants grow where soil is, and it's available energy, it's available nutrients, and you get herbivores, plant-eating animals that have evolved to eat those plants. And wherever you get herbivores, you get carnivores who cycle the energy and the nutrients again, and everything eventually goes back to the soil. That's how it works on land. So why aren't we herbivores? Well, now anthropologists do believe that we may have come from, their best guess is an ape-like creature called Australopithecus in Africa, going back about 3 million years here, and that Australopithecus was primarily a fruit and plant eater, may have foraged on the odd lizard or whatever, but they were true herbivores, and they're very, very different to us. They're much more like the bonobo or pygmy chimpanzee that you get today. But if you compare, for example, our physiology, our dietary physiology, to something like a gorilla, then there are some massive differences there. The gorilla it has a triangular shaped rib cage, whereas ours are kind of square. Your rib cage needs to be big enough to house your heart and lungs and kind of protect your liver. But in the case of the gorilla and all the other great apes, the rib cage is triangular because it has to allow room for this enormous belly that they've got. Why has it got an enormous belly? Well, it needs it to house trillions of bacteria. And any large herbivore, the same applies to a horse or a cow. They get their essential nutrients, they get their protein, obviously in the form of amino acids, and they get their energy primarily in the form of fat, short chain fatty acids. And they don't come directly from the plants that they eat, right? Gorillas cannot really digest leaves and stems, and cows cannot really digest grass. Sounds weird, doesn't it? But here's the point: the bacteria in their stomachs, in the case of a cow, it's a ruminant, so it's got the rumen, this foregut, so they are foregut digesters. A gorilla is a hindgut digester, which means that it's got a very large intestine, very long, massive. That's why it's got this enormous belly to house all those bacteria. The bacteria break down the cellulose and plant matter that animals really can't digest, and they excrete short chain fatty acids. And when the bacteria die, the gorilla or the cow or whatever absorbs and actually digests the dead bacteria, and that's where they get basically their protein from. And they convert that into gorilla or cow or orangutan or whatever like that. So we may have come from an ancestor like that, but we're not that way anymore. We have very short large intestines. It's about the length of your arm, about 1.5 meters if you've got long arms, and it's just nowhere near big enough to house enough bacteria to provide all the fatty acids that we need and the essential amino acids that we need. So we simply cannot survive on plant matter alone. We can get energy from carbohydrate, yeah, for sure, but it's nowhere near as efficient as getting it from fats, and then we're lacking in multiple essential nutrients like DHA, EPA, obviously vitamin B12, which is made by bacteria. So that's why a cow has vitamin B12 in its meat, and we don't, unless we eat cow, because you can't find it anywhere in the plant kingdom, right? That's what carnivores are here for. We're here to eat herbivores, and that's how we can be healthy. So are humans herbivores? No, not at all. Our stomach acid, the fact that we've got a gallbladder that stores bile, a liver that creates bile to it's all there to digest fat. Everything, the formation of our fat cells, the number of our fat cells, our fat content in our body, and it all points to the same thing. We are evolved, we are designed however you believe we're designed, we are designed to get our bodybuilding nutrition from meat, primarily, and our energy from fat. And that's just the way it is.